Doofy McButterscotch back again for the movie reviews. Now we left off on Pulp Fiction, so now that means by default we gotta do Mr. Deeds. Now this is a after the prime of Adam Sandler's main set of movies. Arrow! Come on, that's my dog. Barking at some random person. We've got to push through. We got to finish up the movie reviews. We just gotta. Anyway, Mr. Deeds. Come on, Arrow. That's enough. Hey. Okay. Mr. Deeds. It's an over-the-top Adam Sandler movie, but it uses the same formula as The Waterboy and The Wedding Singer and all those movies, so it's not as good as before. If it came out earlier, it probably would have been a hit, but this was after America had already gotten used to the Adam Sandler stuff, so it's not really the best. So, yeah, Mr. Deeds, it's not a must-see. With that being said, The Wedding Singer. Oh, yeah, that's a classic. If you watch it today, it's probably not gonna make you laugh your ass off, but when you watch it back in the day when you were a little kid, it's a pretty good movie. It's got some funny lines in it. It's a classic Adam Sandler movie. And it's a cult classic. If you haven't seen it, you gotta watch it. Sometimes, if you watch this at the right time, it might make you want to become a wedding singer. So there you go. And to the best of my knowledge, this is the only movie about a wedding singer in existence. I might be wrong, so don't chop my head off and go to a Wikipedia article on all the wedding singer movies and say, "Hey, Doofy, you're wrong. You're stupid. There are 3 wedding singer movies, you dickhead." So I don't know if I'm right or not, but from my standpoint, I think I am. We already did Spy Kids 2. Rising Sun. Now this one's got Sean Connery and maybe Wesley Snipes, and it's the typical 90s action flick. Somebody got murdered, somebody did it, and they eventually catch the bad guy, and they narrowly escape with their lives. It's been done a bazillion different times, so you're not missing out on anything if you skip out on Rising Sun. It's not original at all. It's actually quite boring, and it's like one of those horror movies. You can watch it and you can predict what's going to happen like 5 scenes before it actually happens. Oh, I bet Sean Connery's gonna do a one-liner when he kills the bad guy. Nailed it. Oh yeah, he definitely did. Totally predictable, so yeah. 28 Days. Jeez. Now this one's mainly about Sandra Bullock. And she, well, to tell you the truth, I watched this movie a little while ago, so I don't have my facts straight. I might be epically wrong on the plot of this movie, but I think it's about Sandra Bullock, and she's in some sort of detention, whatever, place, and she's trying to learn to be a better person? Yeah. If you're looking for a better review of 28 Days, you should probably look that up, because I watched that movie a while ago and I cannot remember very much about it. So, well, that just goes to say how memorable it is. If I've forgotten about it and I can't even remember anything about it, that just goes to show you how good the movie is. So, yeah, I guess that's a review in and of itself. Desperado. We already did that one. Fargo. That one was... it was different than the normal ones. It's got the whole deal with murder and stuff, but it's set in North Dakota, and damn, there are not a lot of movies set in North Dakota. That is a hard place to find. Like, literally 50% of movies are filmed in California or New York. But North Dakota, that is a really tough state to narrow down the films. And this is actually a pretty good one. It's got a real good plot, follows around a whole bunch of characters. It's got a good story to it. It's not stereotypically like all the other ones. It's got some uniqueness, and I would recommend it if you're into the murder suspense movies. Fargo is definitely a must-see. And if you're a snow fanatic like I am, you'll definitely want to see it, because there's a shitload of snow. Now Steve Buscemi, what do I think of him? Well, he's a weirdo. And there's not a hell of a lot much to say. He's not normally a main star in any film. He's usually the backup guy. I think he's good at the character acting thing. But as far as going out to see a movie just because of Steve Buscemi, probably not. And I wouldn't recommend it. But anyway, holy shit, would you look at that? We got done with the whole page. That means we have no choice but to flip it. What's going to be on the next page? What's it going to be? Oh my goodness. It's Nicolas Cage. He's the next review we're going to do. And The Rock is at the top of the list. And it's not about the wrestler. And it's not about an actual rock. So if you want to go for either of those reasons, don't watch it. It's referring to a prison. The prison is called The Rock. And Sean Connery is also in this one. He's the long-lost father of Nicolas Cage. And they're trying to break into The Rock. And they're going to do like a prison break, whatever thing. And Ed Harris is the bad guy. It's a good action flick. Watch it if you haven't watched it already. If you don't watch it, you're not going to miss out on any life experiences. It's good. Face Off. Now this one, absolutely magnificent. Totally awesome. It's about Nicolas Cage, who is the bad guy, and it's about John Travolta, who is also a good guy. And what happens is John Travolta wants to infiltrate Nicolas Cage's organization. So when they capture Nicolas Cage, instead of saying, "We got him" on the headlines, they rip off Nicolas Cage's face and swap it with John Travolta's face. And surprisingly, that works out. And then Nicolas Cage appears to be the good guy. And then John Travolta appears to be the bad guy. And it's real back and forth. It's a face-off because they take off their faces, and it's a face-off in the other way because they are facing off in a duel. So I'm running out of time, so that's enough of that. Face Off is a really awesome movie. We'll do The Family Man next time. See you later.